So let's start off by talking about the light itself. Pretty much any light source can be a backlight. The sun, a fluorescent, LED, HMI, tungsten, track light, desk lamp, whatever. None of that really matters much. As the name implies, backlighting is all about the direction the light is coming from. So we know we want it coming from the back, but depending on the particular height and angle we choose, we can get different effects, and we can also get different effects by how we choose to expose, but we'll talk about exposure more later. So let's start off with the traditional hair light. A hair light is going to be placed behind our subjects and just off camera to the left or right side usually, often opposite the key light, but you can also place it on the same side as the key if you're a video rebel, or you can also place it in the center as well. A hair light should be raised above your subject. I recommend raising it 2 to 4 feet above and pointing it down at roughly a 45-degree angle and aiming it so that it favors one side of the head. This is going to give you a larger highlight on that side of their body, which will help to make your image look more three-dimensional and less flat. Another decision you're going to have to make is whether you want a hard or soft hair light. Now, I usually like to go with the hard hair light because I love that crisp and sharp fringing and the brighter highlights you get. But sometimes, if it's a Monday or Tuesday and I'm feeling a little more mellow, I switch it up and soften things by adding some diffusion or bouncing the light for a more subtle and natural effect. Now, apart from your personal mood, of course, your choice of soft versus hard hair light may also be dictated by the motivating light sources in your scene when you're supplementing the natural and practical light on location. Now, the terms are often used interchangeably by a lot of filmmakers, but to me, a hair light is focused specifically on the head or hair and favors one side, but may also rim some of the shoulders or back, whereas a backlight is aimed from the same position to rim the whole body or just the shoulders or back. Now, kickers are backlights that are aimed from below or directly behind your subjects instead of from above. They are almost always large, hard light sources that form a very clean and sharp rim of light evenly around a subject that makes them almost appear as if they're glowing or actually emanating the light from their body. It's a very dramatic and almost magical effect. You're probably most familiar with kickers from music videos or big concerts where performers, usually big stars like Beyonce, will often open their concerts with their biggest numbers and build suspense by using a single strong light source like a spotlight or laser beam as a kicker. When all the other lights are down, this creates a very cool, glowing silhouette effect. Although you can get a similar effect from the left or right side, kickers are usually placed directly behind subjects for the most dramatic glow effect. You want to position the camera so that your subject's head or body completely blocks the backlight from shining into the camera, which would give away the magic effect of light emanating from your subject's body and also might cause lens flare or lens glare. So the key to pulling off this and keeping it dramatic is to always keep a direct line between the camera, your light, and your subject. Obviously, this is a lot trickier with people that are moving left to right, so kickers are often used with stationary subjects or people walking directly into or away from the camera. So those are our 3 main flavors of backlights: hair lights on the head and hair, backlights on the head, back or shoulders, and a kicker coming from behind, forming a rim of light around the entire subject. Whichever style you choose, a backlight will always help to make your subject stand out and make for a more interesting and dimensional composition.